In this video, we will be reviewing a selection of unusual and fascinating photographs that take us on a journey through history. Come along with me as we delve into the past and reveal the tales associated with these amazing pictures. This photograph shows the Imperial Oil's Leduc No. 1 oil well in Leduc, Alberta, Canada, in February 1947. The discovery of petroleum in Alberta transformed Canada into a major oil producer, and Leduc No. 1 was a significant part of that transformation. This oil well was the first to tap into the oil-rich reservoir of the Western Canadian Sedimentary Basin, which is now the source of most of Canada's oil production. The discovery of this well brought tremendous economic benefits to the region and helped Canada emerge as a major player in the global oil industry. This image captures President Lyndon B. Johnson watching television sets as election returns are reported on November 3, 1964. Johnson was the 36th President of the United States and served from 1963 to 1969. This photograph offers a rare glimpse into the private life of the president and shows him in a moment of intense focus as he tracks the results of the election. This photograph shows Zen monks at Asakusa Temple in Tokyo performing air raid drills with gas masks in 1936. Japan was preparing for war, and the threat of air raids was very real. These drills were an important part of Japan's preparation, and this image shows the Zen monks taking their role seriously. This photo takes us back to the 1970s, when kids loved to hear the jingle of the Good Humor ice cream truck driving through the neighborhood. In July 1970, these kids in Queens, New York, were excitedly gathered around the Good Humor Man to get their sweet treats on a warm summer day. During World War II, the OSS, Office of Strategic Services, was the United States' first intelligence agency. Detachment 101 was a unit of the OSS responsible for conducting guerrilla warfare behind enemy lines. In this photo, we see OSS operatives on patrol with guerrillas in Burma, ready to fight the Japanese forces in 1944. This photo captures a moment during World War II when French Foreign Legion troops, equipped with U.S. weapons, uniforms, and equipment, landed on a North African beach during amphibious exercises. This training helped prepare them for the battles that were to come. In June 1944, during World War II, a midnight ball was held in Alaska to boost morale among the military personnel stationed there. This photo shows soldiers and their dates dressed up and dancing the night away under the midnight sun. Before they became one of the biggest bands in the world, Kiss had humble beginnings. This photo from 1974 shows rhythm guitarist and co-lead vocalist Paul Stanley applying red lipstick, while guitarist and co-lead singer Peter Criss works on his eye makeup. It's hard to believe that these guys would go on to become rock and roll legends. This unusual photo from 1962 shows Princess Margaret, the younger sister of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing her wedding tear in the bath. Margaret was known for her unconventional behavior, and this photo is just one example of her rebellious spirit. Nadezhda Kolorized was a Russian cycling champion who competed in the early 1900s. In this photo from 1912, she is seen posing with her English Swift bike, which was a popular brand at the time. This photo from 1943 shows soldiers enjoying a meal together in Hawaii during World War II. The camaraderie and shared experience of wartime brought many soldiers together in unexpected ways. In 1972, Richard Nixon made history as the first sitting U.S. president to visit China. The visit was a significant step in improving relations between the U.S. and China, which had been strained for years. Nixon's visit was also seen as a way to contain Vietnam and gain an ally against the Soviet Union. This photo from 1945 shows a Soviet soldier posing with Hitler's bust shortly after the USSR toppled Berlin, Germany at the end of World War II. The photo serves as a powerful reminder of the atrocities committed by the Nazi regime and the immense sacrifices made by the Allied forces in defeating them. The Fabiuk Lux Torpeda was a popular railway car in Poland during the 1930s. This photo, taken at the Zakopane train station in 1936, shows the car with snow-covered mountains in the background, creating a beautiful winter scene. This photo from 1915 shows a woman wearing a fashionable swimming costume and a summer fedora. The photo is a testament to the enduring appeal of classic fashion styles. This photo is from the National Youth Theatre production of Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra in 1965. The photo shows a young Helen Mirren dressed in a stunning white dress and elaborate headpiece, embodying the powerful and seductive Queen of Egypt. Next up is a photo of an impressive gaming setup from the 90s. The photo shows a cluttered desk with a bulky computer tower, a large CRT monitor, and various peripherals, like a joystick and gamepad. The setup is a nostalgic reminder of the early days of gaming, when graphics were pixelated and the sound was basic, but the excitement was real. The video then transitions to a scenic view of Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, from the 1930s. The photo shows a sweeping vista of snow-capped mountains, dense forests, and a shimmering lake. The photo captures the majesty and natural beauty of the Canadian wilderness. The next photo shows the Normandy Cinema in Paris advertising Leni Riefenstahl's Olympia in 1938. The photo shows a grand and ornate cinema facade, adorned with posters of the groundbreaking sports documentary by German filmmaker Leni Riefenstahl. The film captured the 1936 Berlin Olympics, and while controversial for its Nazi propaganda, it is still revered for its innovative camera work. The video then shows a photo of a gas station with a long line of cars waiting to fill up in Portland, Oregon in 1973. The photo captures the oil crisis of the 1970s, where gas shortages and long lines at the pump were a common sight. Next up is a portrait of Canadian classical pianist Glenn Gould, taken by photographer Yusuf Karsh in 1957. The photo shows a close-up of Gould's face, capturing his intensity and passion for music. Karsh was known for his iconic portraits of famous figures, and this one of Gould is no exception. In 1937, a group of Havana schoolboys posed for a photo. The boy with the lollipop in the center of the photo is Fidel Castro, who would later become the revolutionary leader of Cuba. It's amazing to think that this innocent photo captured a future world leader in his youth. The video then shows a photo of a 1970s office. The photo shows a typical office scene from the era, with a desk cluttered with paperwork, a rotary phone, and a computer monitor that was considered high-tech at the time. The photo is a nostalgic reminder of how far technology has come in a few short decades.